Hi guys and welcome to today's video. So today I have a super duper really exciting video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this, I don't know what brand originally makes these, this O-ring bondage belt. This cost me around a £5 to make. It might cost you guys a little bit more because you have to buy the materials and all that jazz, but I found these O-rings from a charity shop on an old belt. This belt from a charity shop. Pretty much everything was really cheap, secondhand or off the eBay, and it turned out really cute. I do actually already own one of these bondage belts, but mine it doesn't fit me properly around the waist. It's a little bit too big for me, and I bought the small size they had. It used to fit me, but I've lost weight since then and it doesn't fit anymore, so it's about time I made myself a new one. So I got one that I made, got one that I bought, and I think it turned out really well. I'm super chuffed, and actually guys, if you want to see this both on my YouTube community and on my Goth Camino, and it was like a resounding yes please, we want to see it. This is this tutorial and let's get into it, shall we? So guys, this is what you're going to need. So obviously you're going to need a belt. My one is a thick black belt that I got for 50p at a charity shop. You also need some giant O-rings. So I ran into a lot of luck and I found these O-rings on a belt at a charity shop. It was like a really ugly brown early 2000s kind of belt, but I found these and I took them off it. But you can get similar ones to this if you search bangle or silver bangle onto eBay. I'll have one linked below. They are adjustable and they're 99p each. And depending on how big your belt is, depends on how many you're going to need. And for a little bit of size comparison, here is the biggest O-ring that I took off an old bag. Here is the O-ring that I got off that belt. So you can totally use a smaller O-ring around this size or in between, but I got super duper lucky and got these absolute giant ones. We also need some D-rings. I took these off a pair of old paper platforms that I bought from a charity shop years ago that only cost me £1. You're also going to need some thin strips of leather, so either a thin belt. I did get one, but it was still too thick, so I'm going to be using this broken busted choker and this broken busted choker, and these are the perfect thickness and you can put a hole straight through. You also need these. Now I can't remember exactly what these are called, what the special name for them is, but there's basically two components. One goes into the other and it clips together. And I'll have some links down below, you guys can get them as well. So you're also going to need a sharp pair of scissors, probably smaller scissors because we want to make a small hole. You might want a screwdriver just so you can get the pointy end through. This might be necessary, might not be necessary, you'll have to see how it goes. So in total, I think this DIY cost me under a tenner because I already own some of this stuff. So let's get into this, shall we? So the first thing we want to start out doing is by attaching these D-rings to these O-rings. Now mine do open, and the adjustable bangles I've recommended do open. I haven't actually tried them out, so I think they should work for this video. There's no reason why they shouldn't, but I'm just gonna pull mine open and push my D-ring through like so. If you have a D-ring that opens, then you can do it that way, but these O-rings do open, and the ones I should say will open and close as well. I'm gonna do that to all of them. Now I have all the D-rings on all my O-rings. I'm going to size them out to my belt. I don't think I'm going to need this many. This belt is quite small if it's just on my waist, so we're going to see how we go. So here I have a portion of the belt, and I'm going to start at this end where we have the holes. So I'm going to need all of these, so I think I might start around here. So if I just place it down, I'm going to eyeball as I go. So I'm going to measure the difference between these two using a ruler. Okay, so there are 13 centimetres between these 2 points, and then I'm going to mark this first point with a pen. You can't see that, but I can. So since there are 13 points between each one, I'm going to measure 13 along the whole belt. I have these points, it's time to make the strap that's going to hold them on. So I'm going to start off by cutting off this end here, because I don't need it, as well as this end here. So now this strap will fit perfectly through our D-ring like so. And I'm going to leave around 2 centimetres each side, so that will be 4 centimetres in total. And I'm going to cut 5 4-centimetre strips. Now I have 5 of these little pieces cut, I am going to round off the edges so it isn't so harsh. So now I have all my pieces cut. About 1 centimetre in from the edge, I'm going to make my hole that our pieces will go through. To make that hole, I have measured 1 centimetre in. And I'm taking my scissors and I'm just gonna make a small hole, like so. And I'm taking my screwdriver, wiggle it out a little bit, and then have a nice hole. So I've zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing. So now I've got my hole on both sides. I'm going to be taking the 2 components of my kit. Just turning it over to the back, I'm going to take the piece with the long end and I'm going to push it through the back of the belt. Then with the front end of the belt, I'm going to make sure that the area is clear. Take the good side of my strap facing up, push the other component through that hole, make sure it's all the way through, and then push it on top. Making sure to connect the 2 pieces very strongly, giving it a real good push down. And that's how we attach the strap. So you want to repeat the same whole procedure on the other side. Add your G-ring through together, and that's done. And to line it up perfectly, if you do the hole for the top one over the other one and then move it out of the way and then do the other one, it will line up perfectly. Add on your D-ring and voila, that is one of your pieces done. Continue this along your whole belt and that is how you get a cheap, simple, easy D-ring belt. If you want to make sure these are doubly secure, you can put some glue on the back or you can get these screw-on studs. I ordered some but they haven't turned up yet. So maybe in the future, but this should hold up really, really well. It's not like it'll be yanking on it or anything. This should hold up pretty well, and I think it looks really good. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this is really informative. I'm actually really chuffed with how it turned out. I'm honestly so impressed. I didn't think it was going to turn out this good, but it turned out amazing. This looks exactly like my other one. I'm honestly super impressed with myself. So thank you for watching. Don't like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more DIY videos from yours truly. And guys, I upload 3 days a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So if you want to get notified of that, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified when it works. And I have started up a donations page if you guys want to help me out, if you want to fund these DIY projects. Some of them aren't cheap and I want to do them because I love you guys and I love creating. So if you do have the funds and the ability to donate, I do have a link in the description below where you can donate. So thank you very much for that, and so if you like, comment and subscribe, and